So I put the oil, and as from the previously, I put oil generously because later on it can be drained. Now I'm doing is a little above from medium, which is 5. So I let it like heat up, and then I will put these onions in there to caramelize. Now, yeah, this is kind of done, so I'll put the onions in here. So I put the onions here, and I'm caramelizing it, okay? So in the meantime, I'll peel these 5 potatoes and cut into like, I guess 4 pieces each. And now they're kind of not really almond color yet, but that's fine. I'm gonna put ginger garlic paste at this point. So now I'm gonna add, it doesn't really matter, I love ginger, so I get to go a little generous on it, but it's up to the person. So it's like kind of, onions are kind of, the term we use is like almond color, right? So I guess it's coming to almond color. So I'm gonna stir it for like maybe 2-3 minutes. Okay. By the way, I don't know if I've shown this or not. So in the meantime, I peel those potatoes, and I'll cut them in 4 pieces. Anyway, I end up cutting 6 pieces out of each potato, but that's not a rocket science, whichever way one likes. Okay. Now at this point, I have moved the pot here, and I'm gonna add the already kind of 60-70% cooked beef in it. So I just put that beef I showed in here. It had a little water or whatever, but that's fine. Now I moved it back to the stove. I have to do it again because it turns off automatically. Now I'm gonna fry it a little bit. Sorry, actually I forgot the step. I had to put the spices for it, but that's fine. I can still put it. It'll do the same thing. So I use this kadai masala and pretty much use them a little more than half of that packet. Okay, and I'm gonna stir this. Okay, like this. Now I'm gonna kind of fry it on the still 6 heat. I don't know for how long, but one can tell, right, when they are like kind of mixed. And see, if I try this, check out see, I can cut the meat with just this little bit pressure. I like to put a lump of tamarind, but because I like the taste. Okay. Now this is the lump of tamarind. I'm just gonna put it like this, right? Not gonna mix too much because I just want a subtle taste of it. Now, while it's kind of cooking, I'll actually change it to 5. Okay. While it's cooking, I'll tell you, I had boiled the meat yesterday. This is the broth out of it, and the meat you already saw. This is the potatoes already done. This was the spices and tamarind. Now I think this been cooking for like around 5 to 7 minutes. Now check it out, like how the consistency looks like right now. Even it's not done yet, right? Not, I mean, not done. I'm not done cooking it yet. But see, like how it's mixing, right? Now, I had chopped, well, I got 7 tomatoes, but 2 of them I didn't like. So I threw them. Actually, what one is this? No. Yeah, I didn't like, and I cut it. So eventually, maybe 5 actual tomatoes. So I diced them in this shape. It doesn't really matter, whichever shape you want. Now, eventually, I'm gonna put it in here, and then remember the broth. That will be the final. But wait, maybe I'll give it 3 minutes covered, full covered, right? So maybe it can tenderize to the maximum the way I like. And by the way, I did put a little bit of salt. I like salt. Like I don't like kind of this salt is missing kind of thing. Now, if you can check the residue of the gunk is settled down. Okay, so I can even like remove this kind of fat, which is kind of solidified anyway, so easily I can remove it with the ladle or spoon. One thing I like to try to check that how tenderized is the beef. Okay, so I'm gonna use a paring knife. Okay, instead of serrate.